Between being a husband, father, special education teacher, technology grant facilitator, and doctoral student, free time is hard to come by. When I first heard about our Learn Something New project, I knew it would be the perfect opportunity to connect my student responsibilities to my personal life. What a great concept! A required assignment that calls for interaction with my family. I thought hard about the perfect way to create a meaningful learning experience for my entire family. For my Learn Something New project, I decided on a project that would benefit my wife, kids, and me while allowing us to learn more about our family traditions. In our family, baking cookies is more than a cooking activity. It is a family tradition that has been passed down from one generation to the next. Every year, my family has a cookie day, where great-grandparents, grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and siblings come together to bake all kinds of cookies for the holidays. As novices, my wife and I wanted to develop our cookie baking skills in order to participate more and pass this tradition down to our children, grandchildren, and so forth. The learning process we utilized is defined as a cognitive apprenticeship within Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. My grandma played the role of the expert, coaching my wife, kids, and me to effectively increase our cookie baking development. As the novices, we received individualized attention and constant immediate feedback from my grandma as we learned. As the expert, my grandma enabled us to develop skills that were previously outside of our zone of proximal knowledge. My grandma assessed our background knowledge and established fundamental skills and vocabulary prior to our first baking experience. She took us shopping with her and taught us all about the different ingredients that go into baking cookies and showed us where to find them. Once we were back home, my grandma modeled each step for us before we attempted it. This helped us to better understand the real application of the verbal and written directions we received and allowed us to increase our potential to develop more effectively. While we attempted to bake more independently, my grandma continued to coach us and scaffold instruction as necessary. Throughout our cookie baking lessons with my grandma, we utilized the metacognitive skills of analysis, self-monitoring, and self-reflection to increase our development as cookie bakers. When reflecting upon our lessons with my grandma, we really understood the value of learning within a cognitive apprenticeship. In the beginning, we required significant amounts of modeling, coaching, scaffolding, and articulation. However, once our development increased, so did our participation. Through reflection and exploration, we were able to use our own problem-solving skills, as my grandma provided less scaffolding. As we were able to learn more independently, our comprehension of the cookie baking process deepened. If you are interested in learning to bake cookies, I definitely recommend learning from an expert opposed to reading a cookbook or watching a how-to show on TV. Aside from the bonding experience we had baking cookies with my grandma, as Lev argues, the learning that took place was situated. We were able to participate in baking cookies while benefiting from the fact that the learning was embedded within the activity and community. We were able to learn more effectively under the typical circumstances that cookies are baked in. This fits right into Vygotsky's concept of learning through social development. The more we novices were able to participate, the further we developed as cookie bakers. This is surely one of the most effective learning experiences that I have had. Nothing is more important to me than my family, and this experience allowed me to learn while developing stronger bonds with them. Come next holiday season, we will be ready to give Mrs. Fields a run for her money.